Hi, I'm Cindy. If you're new to my channel, I make makeup videos, I make exercise videos, nail videos, just anything I feel like to do it. And today I did a red eye look for Memorial Day, or you can call it Betty Boop. I used the palette that I got in the Eyescream Beauty Box Legends palette, and we used dark red, or just red, and a pink shimmer, and a little bit of black. And that's about all, except for some highlight colors. And so anyway, if you want to see how we did that, keep watching. Today we're going to do a red look out of our Legends palette that we got out of the Eyescream Beauty Box. It's Memorial Day weekend, so you can call it patriotic, or if you just like red. So let's give this a try. First we're going to prime our eyes with some primer that we got in the box. I'm going to put it on my fingers and then put it on my eye. You probably could put it on your eye with this thing, with this tip, but I'm not going to. Now I have done my skincare this morning. So I've got my primer on. It doesn't look any different, but it's supposed to help. Got my brushes. We're going to start off a little bit different than I did yesterday, which I didn't record yesterday's. I just made a short showing the output. So we're going to start with a little bit of pink underneath it, because I saw, and then we're going to use this red, and then we're going to use some, we don't really have any pink shimmer. We got some peach shimmer. We're going to use that. And I think that'll be about all. We can use this darker red. I used it yesterday. Let's just use the red today. So we're going to start off with some pink. Putting it, and we're going to, is this called a halo eye? I don't know. We'll have a center. We'll have pink on the corners, kind of wing it out. Maybe a little on the top here. Now the other eye. I might have to get my mirror. I'm going to use a little bit more. And this was the light pink, and they don't have names on them, which that works out well for me. Okay, so I watched the video this morning with Angelica, and she was doing the Betty Boop. I might have already mentioned that. If I did, I'm sorry. And I don't remember what shade she used, but we're just going to use the red. We could use this maroonish red, but we're going to use the red. It kind of matches the red on my shirt a little bit. So I wipe my brush off. And I got my big brush over here. Let's see. Yeah, that big fluffy's for blending. So we're going to be careful, though, and just use a little bit for now. We will darken it up. Put the red on each side. And we will darken that up a little bit. So far, I don't have any fallout with this. Not to say that I won't. Got an itch. And she did not spend a whole lot of time on hers. So the next thing I'm going to do is take another brush, one that's kind of got a smaller tip, Or we'll start off with our finger. I'm going to take this pink. Here looks like a pink here. We'll see how that works out for us. And put it in the middle. She was using the Betty Boop palette, which the video was from a year ago. And I don't even know what company put out the belly. Because I'd kind of been out of makeup for a little bit. And even though I'm kind of back in it, I'm not going to buy a whole lot of stuff every time we come out. Now let me take that bigger brush and go in. Just kind of fluff it out a little bit. Put a little bit more pink there. And it's a super light pink. It's not a dark pink. It's a super shimmery light pink. They had a peach too, but I didn't use the peach. Now I'm going to take my little angle brush that I do for my, that I use for my under eye, wipe it off. And I'm going to use the red underneath it and try to, make this a little pretty, darken it up. I'm still using just the red. And we've even got some black here. We can darken that up if we want to. Or not. Putting a little more pink in there since I've messed around with it. Now I'm going to go under my eye. I got to itch. My hair's itching. A lot of times I would be tempted to, cover up the halo, but I'm just going to leave it, that top of it, open like that. And they've got some black in this palette. So I'm going to squeeze a dot of black and try to darken the corners up a little bit. Just a little bit. And this is kind of a sparkly black. I just put a little dab of black on there and I did both sides with it. Go part way underneath it just for whatever I think looks good. Now, I'm going to do a little bit more red just on top of that black. She didn't have black on hers, but she said you could. And so we did. put a little bit more red on top. But we're going to have black eyeliner too. So anyway, this is what it looks like right now. And then for the top of the eye, we're going to clean up our eyes real quick first with a little bit of water underneath it. So I kind of cleaned it up so it wouldn't be so all over the place. And for the top of the eye, we can use this white. I was trying to get everything off of this one because I was going to put some more pink. I'm going to use some, how about some flesh colored? This pink is kind of my flesh colored. Okay, so before we put our lashes on, we're going to put a little foundation on so that I don't get makeup on the lashes. Excuse me. What we got here? Let's kind of blend that out a little bit better before we put our lashes on. With this big fluffy brush. Now for lashes, we're going to go kind of a little bit on the bolder side today. We're going to get some new ones that they gave in the box that at the time I didn't really like them. I still don't know if I'm going to like them, but we're going to give them a try. These came in our lashy box as soft glam. Anyway, they're synthetic. They're not meat, or they're not silk. They're synthetic silk fibers. So they're not silk. They're wanting to be faux silk. Okay. I guess they feel okay. They didn't look okay just looking at them, but they feel okay. I did change my subscription to go the full size box instead of the soft glam, because I've been getting those little teeny tiny lashes that are like super short. I don't know if I like those or not. So if the full glam, if I'm not real happy with those, I'll just cancel the subscription. Okay, so let's cut these lashes by 1/8 of an inch off each one. I've done these enough. I can kind of gauge without the glasses on. Might be better with glasses. They're pretty close by. The glare of the plastic and everything's hitting me. I'll cut off 2 little sections at the end. So about 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so let's put some liner on. I did get a couple more palettes in from Pat McGrath from Macari. I was thinking about doing that today, but we didn't. I decided I wanted to go with the red theme, and I don't think there was any red in there. I'm looking for my tweezers. There they are. Well, the day is half over, so I'm just not going to really put it double duty on there. One swipe will have to be sufficient. Let's see. See how these look. Like that. Now let's do the other one. This one. See, everything looks better with lashes on. So next, what are we going to do? We're going to finish the top of our eyes. I think the top of our eyes, like up here, the brow, we've got enough on there. We are going to do some highlighter though. What's going on? So anyway, this is what they look like right now. See if we need to touch anything up. Don't want to do too much touching. This red will go everywhere. We might touch on the inner corner with some white or something. So let's go ahead and do the inner corner a little bit better. We can do the pink let's try the white, see how that goes. I've got a little brush here that I'm going to put a little water on it. Just to make sure it's clean, just a little bit. Dry it off. I guess I didn't need the water. It didn't get much on there. So this does not have a mirror. Of course, the mirror adds extra expense. Typically, I don't care because I can't see that well anyway. So if I'm getting ready on mine, I use my big mirror anyway. I'm just using white in there. It might blend the pink, but now let's use some blush and some powder. Some setting powder. As y'all can tell, I am not a makeup artist. I just do my own makeup. And I just do my own thing, what I think looks good on me. So we use the primer. I think I did the red look yesterday. I didn't use the primer and it worked just fine. And, well, I'm almost out of that. That's okay, I've got some more. I got some fallout coming out. Must have been from the powder. I can kind of see it in the camera. That drawer was locked. I couldn't get it open. Well, it wasn't supposed to be locked. It doesn't have a lock on it. So I'm using my Sin Beauty blush. And for highlighter, we're going to use our new highlighter that we got out of the box, the HOR. Find it here. Here it is. I'd already pulled it out. We need some pink. But I think I'm going to use my other brush for that. For highlighters, I don't know if this is the official brush. I don't know what this brush is really supposed to be for, but I like doing highlighter with it. Now, we got some kind of a lighter, the lightest of the neutrals I'm going to put over my eyes. Now then, we're going to do some lip gloss. Gonna wipe my lips first so I don't get them dirty. The powder and makeup in the container. So we're going to use our City Lips. Y'all can see if it plumps. We'll see how it looks in here. Look like it's plumping any. Now let's fluff out our hair. I had it rolled. This is 2-day-old hair. I didn't have time to wash it today, but 2 days okay. 3 days pushing it. But I did roll it all up. So it still should be curling. This top didn't curl that good. Or this front. See what it looks like in the back. Yeah, it did better yesterday fresh, but there's a little way to it. But I did roll them. I don't know why. It shouldn't matter. Should, you know, the heat's what does it, so it shouldn't really matter one way or the other. Now I've got to clean up a mess. All righty. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.